Well, a classic fan favorite for every DC fan is Batman Beyond. The animated series from decades ago holds up even to this very day, and fans have wondered for a long time if we could ever see the character return to the big screen. Well, let's take a couple minutes to check out some recent concept art for the movie that was to Warner Brothers and what part of the Spider-Verse crew was bringing this to life. Let's dive in. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring that bell for all the update. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, way back in January of 1999, fans were introduced to a brand new Batman. Kids WB premiered Batman Beyond, a totally new take on the character, featuring Terry McGinnis as the Dark Knight under the tutelage of a grizzled old Bruce Wayne. Now, the futuristic set show was an instant hit, and even to this day is still a fan favorite. Now, the character is set to return in an upcoming Crisis movie, but we recently found out that some of the team that worked on Across the Spider-Verse actually pitched the film to Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, this actually comes from a tweet from Yuki Demers, and if you don't know who he is, he worked in the art department for both Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, and was front and center for what many people consider to be the best animated superhero movies of all time. Now, earlier today, he dropped a tweet and gave us some looks at some concept art for a potential Batman Beyond animated movie. So first, let's check them out, and then we'll talk a little bit about what he said. Now, this first image features Batman and the logo. It's kind of a far-off shot, but it gives you a great idea of what they were going to do with the character. You can totally see the influence of the world of the Spider-Verse, and it absolutely captures a modernized version of New Gotham. Also, if you're familiar with the show, you see a lot of familiar names in the background, including Janus, Kenji Corp, and Ace Chemicals. Now, the second picture is very similar, giving us another gritty look at New Gotham, but this time it's a very simple picture of Batman kind of wandering down an alley. Now, the last picture is really my favorite because that features Terry McGinnis flying down a street running from Ink. Ink was one of the new villains created for the show, and this particular picture really gives us an idea of what the action could possibly look like in an animated feature of this caliber. Honestly, this take on Batman Beyond is near perfect, and I totally love the upgrade. And can almost feel the same high-paced action segments that we got in the two Spider-Verse films. Now, as far as what happened, well, Demers dropped a huge tweet explaining the full details. And in the tweet he actually said, 5 months ago, Patrick Harpin walked into WB Pictures and DC Official and pitched a Batman Beyond animated feature. Before we pitched, they warned us, there is absolutely no way we can do a Beyond movie, but they loved our enthusiasm. We pitched the outline for the entire film, and what started as a never turned into a maybe. In the time since, we've been pitching our way up the company hoping to get to James Gunn. But for now, here's a taste of what we're cooking. Now, he goes on to encourage everybody to like and share the content. That's why we're talking about it. So it does actually appear that even though WB at first said this could never happen, the work that they presented was so good that it now could possibly come to life. Batman Beyond would be a genius move for Warner Brothers to take on. The success of the Spider-Verse is undeniable, and this has a huge existing fan base that has been enthusiastic for a long time. We were hearing about a live-action adaptation with potentially Michael Keaton taking up the role of the older Bruce Wayne. Honestly, he could totally voice the character for this film. Remember, Kevin Conroy did that, and nobody can replace Kevin Conroy, but getting Michael Keaton on board would definitely be a massive plus. Now, whether Warner Brothers takes this on, we're going to have to wait and see. It does suggest to me that it is completely possible, and it's kind of up to the fans to help make it pretty clear we want this to happen. Make sure you start posting that Batman Beyond hashtag, maybe tag James Gunn, Warner Brothers Pictures, and DC Films, and maybe, you never know, we could indeed be hearing more news about a full-featured Batman Beyond movie. But we'll have to wait and see.